Hi team, Mr. Rator here. This is Higher Unit 1. Let's have a look at this booklet, go through some of the questions, and just give you some practice, see what's happening during this time. Okay, so a quick read of this. What's the best way to tackle something like here? Use the information. So we've got this information with 6.7 times 52 equals 348.4. Find the value of 6.7 times 520. Now what's happened here is this has remained the same, however this has become 10 times bigger. So if this has become 10 times bigger, the answer will end up 10 times bigger. Okay, so if I get 348.4 and multiply that by 10, this will jump here. Well, we say that the decimal point jumps, but actually it doesn't. It stays there. All the digits move forward by one space. So the answer will become 3484, which is 3,484. Okay, right. Let's look at this one. 67 times 0.52. Now looking around over here, what's happened is 67. The answer, if we go for the 6.7, that has become 10 times bigger, and multiplying by something 52. Now that 52, there it is, 1, 2, has become 100 times. This one's the first 66.7 is 10 times bigger, and 0.52 has become 100 times smaller. Okay, 100 times smaller. Now another way of writing 100 times smaller is 1 over 100 multiplying by 10. So 10 times 100 is, if we do fractions, put that over 1, that's going to give me 10 over 100, which is 1/10. That means the answer is a tenth of what it was before, which is 10 times smaller. So it's something 10 times smaller. A tenth of this is going to end up being 34.84. Okay, now on this one, excuse me 1 second. Just scroll down here and just clear this a bit. Let's give it there. Now on this here, what's happened is there's been a rearrangement of here. So let's just quickly go to here and rearrange this. So let's take this 52, which is multiplying. The opposite of times 52 is divide by 52. So what's happened is 6.7 must equal 348.4. Now the opposite of times 52, when you take it to the other side, the inverse is divide by 52. Okay, now this is a pretty tough question, but let's have a look at what's going on here. So when we're doing this, okay, now this here has become 10 times bigger. So I'm going to put 10 times bigger. I'm going to put times 10 here. So that's 10 times bigger. Okay, and we are dividing by something which is become 10 times smaller. Okay, so dividing by something which is 10 times smaller. So I'm going to put dividing by 10. Put that in a circle so far. Now this is 10 times bigger, and we're dividing by something. Now what we said earlier over here, dividing by 10 is the same as multiplying by a tenth. Okay, so dividing by 10 is the same as 1/10. So we're dividing by a tenth here. Now KFC rules, when you're dividing by, okay, what we do is KFC keep flip change, keep that the same. Now it's 10. Flip this around, so it becomes 10 over 1, and change the sign to a divide to a multiply. So that's over. So 10 times 10 is 100. 100 over 1 is just 100. So what actually happens is the answer is going to become 10 times bigger. Okay, so for those reasons, this 6.7 is become 10 times bigger. So that's going to be, let's just put it here, 6.7, multiply that by, sorry, not 10 times bigger, 100 times bigger. So the answer here is 100 times bigger. So if we times that by 100, it would jump 2 places there. So the answer is going to become 670, 670. As we can see here, so what happened here was, again recapping, this number became 10 times bigger, this number became 10 times smaller. 10 times smaller is the same as 1/10. If we do 10 divided by a tenth, using our rule of keep, flip, and change, keep that as it is, flip the 1/10 to 10 over 1, and change the division to a multiplication. So 10 times 10 is 100, over 1 is just 100, so implying that this answer here becomes 10 times bigger. So I'll put a big circle around here. That is to recap what happens here. Okay, right, we'll move on to question 2. If I clear this one. Okay, let's take 2 minutes and just have a quick recap by reading what's happening here. Nick has 2 cars. Car A uses petrol, car B uses diesel. Petrol costs £1.39 per litre, diesel costs £1.47 per litre. The table shows the average distance Nick can drive each car using 1 litre of fuel. Okay, so car A can drive 10.3 miles per litre, and car B can drive 14.6 miles per litre. Nick is going on a journey in one of his cars. The distance Nick is going to drive is 450 miles. Work out the difference of cost, total cost of fuel for the 2 cars on the journey. Okay, so this will be, know that this will be a calculator question. So you get your calculators out. The first calculation we're going to use, so this is the petrol car, and right, so we've got 450 miles to do. So what we could do first here for car A, we could do 450 shared by 10.3. Now this will tell me how many liters of petrol we need. Okay, so if we get our calculators out and do this calculation, which is 450 divided by 10.3, you'll get an answer of, kind of approximated, so that's not a problem. So we can say that's going to take up approximately 43, so 0.7 liters of petrol. Okay, let's do the next one. So again, the same journey, which is 450 miles shared by 14.6. That's how many miles can be done consuming each liter of diesel. So let's do 450 divided by 14.6, and we get 30. So doing this, we only use 30.8 liters of diesel. We need to find what is the cost first of all. So let's use this one, for instance, car A. Total cost, well, that's going to be 43.7 multiplied by, now the cost per litre of petrol is going to be this one, which is £1.39 per litre. So the total cost using car A is going to be 43.7 times 1.39 That's going to give us, and don't forget money, we run it to 2 decimal places, so that's going to give me a total cost of £60 and 74 pence. Okay. And car B, we're using 30.8 litres, and each litre costs £1.47. So again, we can use calculator here, 30.8 multiplied by 1.47. Total cost of that journey is going to be, using car B, is going to be £45 and 28 pence. Now it does want the total difference, so we should just get the subtraction, get the bigger value, take away 60.74 minus 45.28, and we get a difference in cost of £15 and